Hello and welcome to the news show. My name's Leon and this week we've got a look at what may well be Destiny's first big expansion since House of Wolves, and we find out what got cut from Uncharted 4. But first, there's new details on Titanfall 2. Good news for fans of big stompy robots this week, as a leak may just have given us a bit more info on Titanfall 2. Now, we already suspected the game might be meching some changes when the teaser showed us what looked like a Titan wielding a sword. But it looks like that might not be the only new trick the sequel has up its big metal sleeves. Now, by far the biggest reveal is a new grappling hook mechanic as one of a range of new pilot abilities. As well as swinging around the maps, this will apparently let you get into a Titan from a greater distance and let you yank enemies out of the air to basically ruin their day. Maps will also be bigger to make room for all the Spider-Man-like swinging that certainly won't end up with me smacking into a wall like a wet flannel holding a gun. And speaking of guns, there's also a rumoured pre-order bonus in the shape of an exclusive weapon called the Violator, which doesn't sound very nice at all. The information also suggests we could be seeing an October release date, something potentially backed up by another leak suggesting this year's Mountain Dew's game fuel will have promotional Titanfall 2 drinks in mango heat and cherry citrus flavours, and those usually launch in October. Cheers. It burns. In other news, don't get your hopes up for a Witcher 4. CD Projekt Red founder Marcin Iwinski has said not to expect a sequel anytime soon if there ever will be one. More Xbox upgrade rumours suggest we could be getting a slim model this year and an enhanced version next year with Oculus Rift support. And Kojima's been on another tech tour and has said he'd like to model his new studio on the friendly kitchen atmosphere of Little Big Planet dev Media Molecule. We found out a little bit more about the Uncharted 4 you could have played thanks to a new Glixer interview with co-director Neil Druckmann. Now, the game was obviously delayed a few times, well, Christmas, then spring, then March, then April, then May, but who's counting? Troy Baker, the actor who played Sam, had previously hinted at a set piece that was dropped to save time, but it wasn't the only thing that hit the cutting room floor. For example, when Drake and Elena are eating at home, you originally cooked the meal first, preparing the ingredients and potentially making it a bit too spicy for the pair to enjoy. At one point as well, you could have had a snowball fight between Nate and Sam. Thank you. There was a dog you could play fetch with and a sword fighting mechanic that would have been mirrored between child Nathan playing with toy swords before later using them for real as an adult. There was also one big set piece, maybe the one that Troy Baker mentioned, where you would have been trapped in a collapsing crane bouncing around the cabin as it fell. Druckmann says that last one was cut because there wasn't time to finish it. And that's all on top of a missing boat level previously seen in concept art you could unlock while playing the game. Now, if you have any thoughts on Uncharted 4's missing moments, Titanfall 2 or anything else in this week's show, let me know via Twitter @LeonHurley or @GamesRadar. If it's one thing Destiny needs, it's more of everything. While Sparrow Racing and a few new modes, strikes and outfits is nice, it's not exactly that 10-year plan we were promised of all the space shooting we could eat. A newly leaked piece of art, however, has outed the rise of Iron, and rumour has it this will be the large expansion Bungie has previously teased, and something to keep people busy while an allegedly rebooted full sequel is prepped for 2017. Past the name, the information is actually pretty sparse, but we can piece a few details together. The snowy art suggests old Russia could play a big part, for example, while the large flaming hammer and wolves suggest we could be getting some new gear and maybe even some space pets. A previous in-game clue left behind in the April update involved a Latin phrase that suggested we could be seeing something new in September, which also gives us a date. Or something new-ish, seeing as plenty of gossip points to the rise of Iron using content that had originally been cut from the game. Anyone remember Charlemagne's Vault? That was one of the locations shown by Bungie before Destiny was released that never made it into the final game, and it was to be in old Russia. There's a ton more stuff like that, so it's going to be really interesting to see what turns up in this new expansion when it finally arrives. Now, that's all I've got time for this week. Get in touch if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time.